this ungrateful sister shamelessly squatted in her sister's house and refused to move out, she was not prepared for the judge's verdict.
Okay. Ms. Urban, when Ms. Moskwa moved in, what were the terms?
It was temporary. I actually had her sign a paper saying that she was a temporary guest and that she would leave when asked to leave.
Was there any rent that was to be paid at all?
No.
Okay. Were there any utilities that you would have to pay?
At that time, no.
So you've acknowledged that it was temporary and that when you were asked to leave, you'd have to leave. You have been asked to leave at least twice and received 2 notices to quit. And have you relocated?
No, ma'am. I've been looking very hard. I'm on disability. I'm only receiving $566 a month. It's very, very hard to find a place to live. With the lists are long.
You've had over 2 years to find a place to live.
And I haven't been able to do so, ma'am. The waiting lists are multiple years long.
We are at the multiple years mark, where it's been over 2 years since you've been residing with Miss Urban, where she has allowed you to stay. Basically, it seems to be rent-free for over 2 years. How much money do you have set aside to relocate?
Ma'am, I don't have any money to be set aside. I've lived on $566 a month.
So I have 2 questions for you then. Number 1, what are your financial responsibilities since you don't pay rent?
I was paying half the utilities for most of last year.
How much is that per month?
It was about $150 a month.
Okay. So that's the only expense that you have?
No.
Okay.
I have a phone. I don't have transportation, so I rely on grocery delivery services. I have to pay for streaming services. I pay for a book so I can read books because I'm disabled and I'm in the house and I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
So I read a lot of books. I mean, like that's...
Okay, and so ma'am, why is your inability to find housing in over 2 years, why is that Ms. Urban's responsibility to allow you to stay there?
I just wanted her to live up to the promise that she made me last fall.
It appears as though she has lived up to the promise where you could temporarily stay and you would have to leave when asked to leave. So it seems as though you haven't lived up to that agreement.
I don't believe they're not the same thing. Honestly, it's very uncomfortable being here, quite frankly. But ma'am, I don't have any place to go. If I leave, I'm gonna have to give up my cat and go live in a shelter. So I have a hard time willingly doing that.
Okay, well, I understand that, but there's not been any testimony that would suggest that there's any legal basis for this court to not grant that order. Ms. Urban owns the home. Ms. Urban has asked you to leave. You have not left. So the court, after hearing, is going to order that plaintiff is entitled to recover possession of the property.